You know, a lot of people don't like the fact that so many people are glued to their screens and their cell phones with Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and all the stuff we've got going on. And I can agree and see how it can cause problems. And technology is like owning your own business. It's a tool. It's a tool in your tool belt. Now, a lot of people also complain that businesses, oh, you own your own business? Oh, your business owns you. Do you own your business or does it own you? It's same with your stuff, your material things, besides your technology, your bikes and your boards and all your stuff. You know, you can serve your stuff or your stuff can serve you. And it goes that way for business, for material things, for your diet, for your relationships, everything. So it just takes a certain level of awareness and consciousness and like designing or architecting your life. In today's age, if you're not on your cell phone producing free, valuable, consistent content, you're going to get left behind. Selling is about credibility. It's all that matters. Selling is no longer about a dude in a suit and tie who knows how to talk well, who knows the ins and outs of an industry and just hammers the most on the phones and gets the most appointments set up and just throws the pen in the face of the most people to get the highest sales. It's done. Like that way is done. The principle still applies in terms of exposure, and that's it. To be a leader, you have to merge. It's like getting on the freeway. You got to get up to speed to what the rest of the world is doing. You got to speed up and merge and get in line. You got to conform. You got to conform. I know it's a bitch. I've been fighting it my whole life. I have not shown up in the world my whole life because of, I don't want to. I don't like it. I can see all the problems with it. I want to do something different. And what I'm finding is I'm feeling very disconnected. And you want this balance on the spectrum of conforming to what the world is up to, merging on the freeway, getting in line with everyone else. And once you're merged and you're connected and you're plugged in, then you can begin to lead off on your unique path, your unique message, your unique whatever. So it is a balance of showing up, plugging in, being part of the world, and bringing your unique gifts to the table. It literally is a dance. You can dance all by yourself, or you can dance with someone else where you're still moving in your authentic impulses while listening to your dance partner. So this whole thing is like a dance with the world. And it's easy. We all can sit there and talk about what's wrong with it and what could be different and better. And being glued to our cell phones is one of those big hot topics that I agree with. And again, it's about, I think it's possible you can deliver free, valuable, consistent content. You can make $250,000 a month through your cell phone, through technology, through your podcast and your platform. And maybe you say you take 2-3 days a week where you have no cell phone. And you set boundaries where your technology serves you the way you want it to serve you. And then you put a lot of energy into face-to-face, flesh-to-flesh connection with your friends and family and community where you're present, you're 100% there, your phone's not even with you. And you're spending time with eye contact. You're spending time engaging and connecting with people in the fullest possible capacity. That's totally possible. And I get how that is becoming more and more rare because it's sort of the refined sugar of people. You know, it's easier to connect on Facebook than it is to actually make eye contact with somebody in a coffee shop. Credibility is king. It's no longer, you know, sales is no longer about who's the smoothest talker or has the biggest presence in the room or can command an audience or dress just right or do the most prospecting. It's all about credibility. And we keep hearing the word social proof. It's all about social proof. So it's kind of awesome, honestly, the way that sales is moving in our culture today. I remember growing up as a kid, my parents hated salespeople, and it was kind of taught, you know, to like, oh, salesy's bad and salespeople are bad and wrong and it's intrusive. And I went into sales in my early 20s and kind of rewired that. Like people want to, I remember hearing people want to be sold and think, they do? Like, really? And they do. Like, I want to be sold. Like, I love my Facebook feed with the ads on there are phenomenal. They're exactly products and services and things that I want to know about. And how cool is it that I don't have to go out into the World Wide Web and try to find these things? They come right to me. It's killer. So it's really an incredible opportunity as a consumer, as well as a producer. And I think The great analogy in the Bible, humans are often, talked about as trees or a vine, where we have a root system and we produce fruit. If it has, a bad branch, you cut it off. And so there's definitely this flow of we take in sun and rain and nutrients and we assimilate it, and then we produce fruit and we produce whatever value it is we want to come into the world. And the times that are so cool now is we don't have to go work a job laboring whatever random thing needs to be labored, but we're in an era where we can get so specific to our exact flavor of fruit that we want to produce as unique individuals, and that there's a market for it. And that market is within arm's reach of anyone. It's mind-blowing. It's so exciting. I'm excited about the human potential that this is calling forth. It's just like this fertile soil, this ground that's like, come on guys, like what do you got? Like plant some seeds and let's see what we can build. Let's see what kind of garden we can grow. It's really cool. And so within that, credibility is king, and it's so key and important to identify who you are. How are you wired? What are the energies you carry? What is your head center, your heart center, your gut center? What are the things that want to come through you? And it helped me to learn about those things, to acquire a vocabulary and a language that was very accurate in describing what those things are that want to come through me, but not in terms of content, rather in terms of context. For example, I learned that I love to connect. That's what I love to do, but I tend to withdraw. So those are some words that I got from learning about how I'm wired. And now that's context. Content would be, I love to do massage, because that could be connection. Or content could be, I love to do counseling, because that's connection. So we can get really stuck on the content or the story, or we can get really clear about the context, and then we can go, oh, here's many different stories that can fulfill this context of what I most really want, like my biggest, deepest, strongest, juiciest desire. And dude, that's where things are going. It's so exciting. And I'm just excited for the value that this world can create. I'm excited to see it come out of people and bless them, to give. And I'm excited for it to be available to serve and bless and enrich other people's lives. It's just like, it's a win-win, win-win-win. But, and I'm going to use the word but, not and, but there is some training required around this path. There's some knowledge required. There's some understanding required, because we become what we think about most of the time. And if we're thinking about how evil it is to be rich, and we're thinking about how evil it is to be on our phones all the time, and how disconnected it is to be on our phones all the time, we're just going to kind of perpetuate that frequency. If we can begin to see the value in wealth and the flow of energy and money and the value of technology, the value of the social media platforms, and use them to serve our lives and acknowledge our preferences, yeah, this works here and doesn't work here, and I'm gonna create that to serve me. And I'm going to create space from it. Maybe Tuesdays, I leave my cell phone at home all day on Tuesdays, maybe, whatever it is for you. So there's going to be some navigating around our mindsets and how we tap into this genius that we all carry, that, I'm so excited to see come into the world.